Welcome back this week in Airsoft. This is Javier, Dark Horse, and our first installation of Let's Talk About Gear, or Let's Talk Gear. I want to go ahead and I want to hit helmets first. So let's start. Let's start at the top of your equipment. There's obviously a lot of different options out there for those of you that wear helmets. A lot of you don't, so this video is not as much for you as it is for the guys that do. Now, we have several different families of helmets we can talk about. Several within a family. All right. The two most common ones out on the battlefield right now that I'm seeing guys use and we have guys choosing and buying from are Midge style helmets or the fast helmets. We can talk about the Emerson Fast, the Jump Fast, the Base Jump Fast, all the other fast helmets. There's a ton of them to talk about. But what you got here is just a couple examples of just a simple two basic families to choose from. How do you choose a helmet? Well, those of you guys out there picking a helmet because, oh, that's what I saw the latest Navy SEAL wearing in that movie or that documentary, well, obviously that is the wrong way to be picking stuff. All right, guys, we got to be thinking mission first. What's mission essential? What mission specific? What works for us? All right, along with what's your personal contingency and choice. You have to remember that soldiers in the field are issued gear. So my commander is going to come up to me and is going to say, "This is the helmet our company uses. Here you go." All right, that's the decision process sometimes. Oh, our unit has these helmets. Here you go. That's how the decision process is made in combat and in real units. The Airsoft has a unique opportunity to really tailor their stuff to what works for them. So you got to remember that. I mean, you can be in a unit and we could all have these different types of helmets because at the time the unit ordered these, but now we're ordering these. So those decisions are made way above usually the pay grade of the troop fighting in the battle. All right. So how does the Airsofter make that decision, and how do you choose what works for you in combat in your particular situation? All right. I live in sunny Florida where it's really hot, but I want a helmet to kind of protect my head in case I kind of get beat up. Well, fast style helmet with some ventilation could be a good idea. Oh, but the fast helmet doesn't offer me enough protection and enough, head protection because it feels kind of light and flimsy. Midge style helmet may not be ventilated on the top, wide open on the sides. But I want a little protection. I want something a little bit to kind of cover my ears. I'm worried I'm going to get shot in the ear. Okay, Midge 2002, slightly cut down a little bit to give you a little more coverage. Oh, that's not enough coverage. Midge 2000 model comes all the way down, gives you good ear cover, yet still allows you to hear. So see, that's where the decision-making process comes in choosing a helmet and what's ideal for you. Oh, wait a minute, I want to be able to mount my GoPro or my console on a rail so I can stabilize it. A helmet with rails is chosen at that point. We want to move. While Airsoft, to a degree, and Milsim is a fashion show, it really is. I mean, I can't deny that. I can't try and play and pretend like it isn't for a lot of people. For a lot of people it is. But for you guys that want to be real successful players and operators, and you want to be successful as you develop in the game, you want to think about what piece of gear works best for what you're doing. My process and my decision making. Let's talk about that. I came to the conclusion that I said I need a Midge 2001 helmet. All right. Where did that come from, and how did I come to that conclusion? Because there's obviously a long line of options. Some other fancier, sleeker looking options. There are some other simpler, less fancy options to go with. I chose a Midge 2001, and you choose your helmet based off of your needs. It had the weight and bulk for protection that I feel confident in. To provide me minimal protection, because at the end of the day these aren't ballistic rated or real impact rated when it comes to replicas. It had the comfort. You think about your retention system, you think about your padding system, and it had the tactical functional features that I needed. It had a Velcro on it to put a couple things on it for attachment points. It had a night vision mount for if I want to put a camera, or in the future a rhino horn for a night vision system. So these were the practical thoughts, but I wanted a helmet to be kind of cool and give me some circulation and temperature and allow for air to pass through. So the cooling factor of having the open sides came into play. So, and then also I said, oh, I'm going to be wearing communication. I'm going to be using a headset for my communication because that's what works best for me in my roles usually as a team leader, platoon leader, even first sergeant in XO. So communication was essential for me. So what marries best? A system in which I can put my helmet right on in, does not restrict the movement of my headset within inside my head, and is very comfortable. Some people are like, well, what? You could have gone with the rail that you could attach the headset to, but I want my headset to be self-sufficient, so I can decide that hey, this mission is not no need for helmet. I want a reconnaissance mission, or I want to go light. But I need communications. I need my headset. All right, I keep my headset. I lose the helmet. Simple as that. That is the thought process. That's the points that you should be thinking about. You should be thinking about protection, comfort, functional, and at the end of the day, does it serve that basic mission and my basic needs? This serves my basic needs. The option becomes for other people to do one of the replica jump OPSCOR type helmets. This is a replica from overseas. When you get the nicer OPSCOR ones, or Emerson, or the really expensive ones, you get size options. For those of you that have big heads like me, I do not recommend this one as much for you because of the retention system. When it's a one size fit all, supposedly, it doesn't work out for big-headed or odd-headed shaped people as well. That's why these Mitch systems with the pads gel and conform a little better for you. But this is another option. Why I discounted this particular type of helmet in my case is that, one, it didn't meet my strength and durability requirements. It feels flimsy. While it's very light and very very, very sleek, it feels very, very flimsy nonetheless. I don't feel like this would protect me if I hit my head somewhere in any way. The mounting system for night vision or camera or whatever you guys are going to use, this isn't a universal system. As much as we think we could put almost any mount in there, we can't. And I'm not sure it's going to hold right, because this is the molded plastic, not an independent mounting system like in this type of helmet that I can adjust and switch out if this isn't good enough without having to buy a whole new helmet. This helmet, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Rail system is a nice functional feature. It's not something to really sway me, and I think a lot of guys, it's a very useful tool when used right. So you're going to put your camera on there. Be careful when putting lights on the side, because that becomes a target when you're lit and going into a mountain environment, and I'd rather not get shot in my face, in my head, if I can avoid it. So a continuous light on the side of your head like that is not necessarily the best idea, to tell you the truth, but it allows a very functional role, like allowing for this boogie regulator mounting system to marry with it. The system comes with these nubs, it comes with the bungee cord, and this makes my helmet very efficient in the sense that I can keep my goggles on here very easily and quickly remove them, take them off, replace them, good stuff like that. So the rail system is not without its advantages and its pluses, but in my case, it didn't exactly fit my mission needs. I was thinking mission, not anything else. Helmet retention strap system, I told you guys, with the knob system, putting down tension all around your head pretty evenly. It goes all the way around your head. All right, so it's supposed to put pressure down evenly. On the replicas, this knob just kind of freely flows a bit, and the rock climbing and where this retention system originally came from, because it was originally used in rock climbing before it was used in the OPSCOR helmets and tactical types helmets, was this is on a clicker. It clicks, click, 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 click into place, and then once it's all the way down and tight, you click it back, 2 rotations to where it's comfortable. Depending on which one you get, this is stiff or it's loose, and it can be hard to manipulate. So ideally, while it's newer, cooler, and when you can get it to fit right, it's good. It's too much of a complication. I mean, this is something that can go wrong. My straps and harness system are cloth and a little pressure. There's nothing to go wrong here. There's not a mechanical failure within there can't be a mechanical failure basically within my strap system other than it getting cut. And that means it's a more reliable system. Sometimes newer isn't always better. Also, you'll see that the inside, the padding on these works a little differently also. You got a hard pad with a little bit of a soft foam to give you a little bit of cushion. I find that these, they're lighter, so you don't feel the weight, but it's not as nice and comfortable and form-fitting. pads, comfortable and form-fitting, and they mold with your head a little better. So there you go. That's another consideration you got to take into thinking about when you're choosing your option. So there you go. So when you're talking about helmets, basically, think of a lot of different factors. All right. Let's put aside that we saw a DEA Fast team on Google search picture, or we saw Act of Valor and we saw these guys wearing something like this, or we saw that SF guy that we Googled the photo of, or whatever. Let's put that aside. All right. Let's think practicality. Let's think about your mission. What does your mission need? Does your mission need this? Does your mission need that? What little details do we need to think about? All right. Key points, once again, in my opinion, when it comes to deciding what a proper helmet is: safety. Because if you're wearing a helmet, it's very much because of a safety reason. I wear it a lot of times because we're playing in a lot of mount places, and it's important for me to keep my noggin taken care of. All right. So safety, it should be a decision, even though it's airsoft. Comfort, and it's a retention system and a pad system. Functionality, meaning does it get the mission done? Can it do everything I need it to do? And reliability. Is this going to last me longer, or is this going to last me longer? So those are right there your key points that I think everybody should hit and everybody should look at when you think about choosing an appropriate helmet. All right. So let's not forget, mission first. Have a lot of fun. Choose the right helmet, and please comment below. This is Javier, Dark Horse. I'll talk to you guys next time.